Hari Om. Hari Om. Let us start. Put Namaskar Mudra. Close your eyes. Let us chant Omkara 3 times. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat, Parab Brahma, Tasmai, Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambha, Shankaracharya Madhyama, Asmadacharya Paryanta, Vande Guru Parampara. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you to this week's Bhagavad Gita session. We are studying Shankara Bhashyam, Sambandha Bhashyam. I want to mention that I am a student. I am not a jnani. I am not a pandita. I am not a scholar. I am studying myself and I am making few notes. And I am conducting these sessions so that I'll make available my notes. It may be useful to you. If there are any mistakes are mine. So please forgive me and bless me so that I continue on this journey. Let me share my screen. Okay. So the question rises, does Gita teach pravrutti or karma marga? Pravrutti marga or karma marga? What is the central teaching of Bhagavad Gita? What is the teaching of Sri Krishna Paramatma? We have to understand. At various places in Gita, Sri Krishna tells Arjuna to do karma. For example, in one place he says, Kuru karmaiva tasmattam, etc. So, can it be argued that Bhagavad Gita teaches that pravrutti marga leads to nishreyasa? Is it the teaching of Bhagavad Gita? This is incorrect argument. Why it is so, I'll explain. Pravrutti marga does not lead to nishreyasa directly. we have to understand what is the nature of pravritti marga. What is the nature of pravritti marga? Pravritti marga, let us say a person has desires. He wants children, he wants kingdom, he wants position, he wants power. He has a desire. He wants to go to heaven and all. To fulfill that desire, there is a Vaidika karma. See, he has to perform a yajna or yaga, do a Vaidika karma, which requires that there is a karta. That means an agent is there who has a desire to be fulfilled. These desire-oriented actions, the Vaidika karma that was performed, results in the attainment of Devaloka, divine worlds. So a person who does a yajna will go to heaven and enjoys the fruit of his meritorious deeds in divine pleasures. It's a loka. He will enjoy as long as the fruits of that yajna, the karma fala of that yajna, meritorious deeds, are lasting. He will be there in that loka. When that karma phala is over, he has to return from that loka to another loka or another bhuloka, and again he has to do a yajna or yaga to go to heaven and enjoy the heavenly pleasures. So this is the scale. So as the karma results in a transmigration to a different loka, different world, and the attainment of a different body to enjoy those pleasures, with continuation of some pain and pleasure, some jealousy, everything will be there in that loka. This cannot be called nishreyasa. We have seen nishreyasa means a complete cessation of suffering and a fulfilled happiness. So this kind of results that happens through the performance of Vaidika karma, which results in a attainment of a loka, and upon exhaustion of that karma phala, one has to return to bhuloka. This cycle keeps on moving, rotating. This cannot be called as nishreyasa. Therefore, we cannot say with 100% surety that pravritti marga can result in nishreyasa. Nishreyasa can happen only through nivritti marga. What that is, we'll see. So what does Bhagavad Gita teach? What is the teaching of Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita teaches. What kind of karma does Bhagavad Gita teach? Does Bhagavad Gita teach about karma? Yes, teaches about karma. What kind of karma we are talking? How is it different from Vaidika karma? Bhagavad Gita teaches that one has to perform all karma without desire for the fruit of the karma. You have to surrender the fruits of karma to Bhagavan, to Lord. What that means? It means one has to perform karma for loka kalyana, for the welfare of the world. One should perform karma for the welfare of the world, not for selfish reasons. One should, if you perform a karma for your own benefit, for your selfish reason, then it results in karma phala and karma bandhana. If one performs for loka kalyana, one is freed from the karma bondage. This is called nishkama karma. Nishkama karma means desireless karma. Wholesome actions done for the welfare of the world without a selfish desire. Okay. This kind of Nishkama karma can help a person evolve and purify his heart. What is the fala, fruit of Nishkama karma? Nishkama karma leads to chitta shuddhi, purity of mind. Chitta shuddhi gives the necessary qualifications for a person to be receptive of jnana, wisdom. Jnana leads to kaivalyam, liberation, nishreyasa. This way, Nishkama karma is not directly responsible for nishreyasa, but it is an enabler by purifying the heart and mind. So what is the phala of Nishkama karma? Nishkama karma helps in chitta shuddhi. Chitta, purity of mind. Chitta means mind, shuddhi means purity. Chitta shuddhi means pure mind. Mind becomes pure. So chitta shuddhi helps a person to understand the higher teachings of the Shastra, be receptive of the jnana, and you understand. When the Sadguru tells you that you are consciousness, then you will understand. Jnana leads to kaivalya, liberation, nishreyasa. So, Nishkama karma is an enabler. Therefore, Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Brahmanyadhaya karmani in 5.10, 5th chapter, 10th shloka. One should surrender all their karma, or one should basically do all their karma with Bhagavan in focus. So how do you do Bhagavan in focus? You are not the focus. It is not for you. It is for the Bhagavan. Surrender all the karma and karma phala to Bhagavan, God, Parab Brahma. And in 5.11, he says, Yoginaha karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. So yogis, all yogis, karmanishtas, those who perform karma. Yogi means not the one who practices the asanas and ashtanga yoga, not that yogi. In Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna says yogi, he means karma yogi, karmanishta, who does nishkama karma. All the yogis, nishkama karma, perform nishkama karma, renounce the fruits of their karma, perform desireless actions without selfish desires, which will benefit the whole world for the purpose of purification of heart. So this is what Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says. Perform your actions without any selfish desires. Perform your actions for the welfare of the world. This is for the purification of the heart and mind. Does Pravritti Marga lead to Nishreyasa? If karma is done for Loka Kalyana, welfare of the world, it leads to Chitta Shuddhi, which will help in gaining Jnana. This we have seen. Therefore, if Pravritti Marga is followed by renouncing selfish desires, then through the door of Chitta Shuddhi, it will lead to Jnana Prapti, and by Jnana Prapti, Kaivalya happens. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, in some places, Pravritti Marga seems to be advised. For example, Kuru Karmaiva Tasmat Tvam, like that. One should not mistake that desire-oriented action leads to Nishreyasa. Desire-oriented action leads to going to another loka and enjoying the fruits of that karma and coming back. It does not lead to Nishreyasa. What is the prayojana of Gita? What is the purpose of Gita? Through these two ways, Nishtadvaya. One Nishta is Karma Nishta, Loka Kalyana, working for welfare of the world. And second is Jnana Nishta, which is learning, practicing, internal. Jnana Nishta is internal, how your intellect is able to understand the higher truths. Karma Nishta is how you actually work in the world for the benefit of the world. So these two are important. Gita teaches these two ways to Nishreyasa. Therefore, the prayojana of Gita is only one. That is to show a path for Nishreyasa. It is not for how you will work in the world. Even your working in the world has a purpose. There is only one purpose of Gita. That is to show a path for Nishreyasa, liberation. Gita is a moksha shastra. It is a science for liberation. It is not for any other purpose. The only purpose, prayojana of Gita is only one. That is to show a path for Nishreyasa. If you want to know how I will be perform well in my office, how I will score more marks, how I will focus more, Gita is not for that purpose. Gita is to show a path for liberation. That is how you have to understand Bhagavad Gita. Not for worldly benefits. It is to show a path for Nishreyasa. Of course, as a spin-off effects, your way you conduct yourself in the world changes, but you will improve. Bhagavad Gita shows how you can work towards your Nishreyasa. It's a purely Jnana Nishta. That is what Bhagavad Gita is meant for. That is the prayojana of Bhagavad Gita. What is the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita? Gita teaches about the principle of God, supreme principle of God, Paramartha Tattva, also known as Vasudeva, omnipresent principle. Gita teaches about the principle of God, supreme principle. We are not talking about a person. We are talking about a principle. Principle, supreme principle. What is the highest tattva in the universe? There are so many tattvas, so many principles in the universe. For example, gravitation force is a principle. It is not a person. Similarly, what is the highest, greatest tattva in the universe is Parab Brahma tattva, Paramatma tattva, Paramartha tattva. That is what Bhagavad Gita subject matter is. Bhagavad Gita subject matter is talking about the supreme principle. Therefore, the Vishayam of Gita, the subject matter of Gita is Parab Brahma tattva, supreme principle. Gita and Nishreyasa. Gita teaches means of attaining Nishreyasa through the Nishtadvaya, Karmanishta and Jnanishta. Nishtadvaya is the sadhana, practice, and Nishreyasa is the sadhya, attainment of goal, siddhi. What is to be got? This is the Sambandha relation between practice and attainment. Bhagavad Gita talks about a practice, a means, and a goal. Both are established in Bhagavad Gita. And Gita talks about Parab Brahma, supreme principle, Vasudeva. There is a Vishaya and Vishayi Sambandha there between Gita and Parab Brahma. That is the Sambandha between Gita, Bhagavad Gita and Parab Brahma. Who is a adhikari? Who is qualified? See, we appear for competitive exams to get into a university. So there should be some qualification. What is the quality gate? What is the qualification for somebody who can study Bhagavad Gita? Any seeker, spiritual seeker, who is desirous of nishreyasa is qualified to study Gita. For example, for a karma, Vaidika karma, there is a qualification. You need to be born in a particular caste to do particular yajna and all. But for studying Bhagavad Gita, there is no caste, creed, gender, nationality, profession, stage bar. Irrespective of caste, creed, gender, nationality, profession, stage of life, etc., anybody who is desirous of nishreyasa can study Bhagavad Gita and get nishreyasa. Gita is meant for nishreyasa. Gita, there are no bar for anyone to study Bhagavad Gita. Gita is meant for all. There is no restriction for anybody to study Bhagavad Gita. Any seeker who is spiritually bent, spiritually oriented, who is desirous of nishreyasa is qualified to study Bhagavad Gita. So we have seen Bhagavad Gita has Vishaya, Prayojana, Sambandha and Adhikari. Therefore, all the four parts of Anubandha Chatushtayam are present in Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is a scientific book. It's not any novel or anything. It's not any randomly written book. There is a structure to it. It is a science of liberation. It is called Moksha Shastra. So it has all the Anubandha Chatushtayam. Gita is a science. Approach it with scientific temperament. Understand it. Use your intellect. Study and learn what it means. Therefore, Shankaracharya says, by studying such a scientific text like Bhagavad Gita, it will grant all the Purusharthas. The science of Bhagavad Gita can grant all Purusharthas. Therefore, I will explain the science of Gita. That's what Shankaracharya says. So, with this, Sambandha Bhashyam ends. Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Any questions? Any questions or observations? Otherwise, contemplate on what we studied. Contemplate on what we studied and then come up with questions. Close your eyes. Relax. Contemplate on what we studied. Rewind all the lesson. Rerun in your mind. Open your eyes. Did you understand what is Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga, and how Pravritti Marga done with selfish actions lead to different lokas, and Pravritti Marga done with desireless actions, Nishkama Karma, leads to Chitta Shuddhi, and Chitta Shuddhi enables a person to understand the higher truths, leads to Jnana Prapti, understand the wisdom, and once a person understands the wisdom, he attains Kaivalyam. Is this scheme clear? Any questions?
No, nothing from my side.
Okay, fine. Nagesh, you have any questions?
No, Prasadji, it's all clear. Thank you.
Very nice. So let us close the session. Put Namaskar Mudra. Close your eyes. Repeat after me. Asato ma sadgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrutyorma mrutam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Repeat after me. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. I am pure consciousness. Shivaswarupi. Shivoham. 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 Antarjyotihi. Bahirjyotihi. Pratyakjyotihi. Paratpara. Jyotireva jyotihi. Swayam jyotihi. Atma jyotihi. Shivosmyaham. Thank you very much. See you
Thank you.
next week.